talking about? Whoever hating, bless your soul. Bless your soul, you heard me? Hey, all 24, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing but blessing.
I didn't go in there like, oh, this is Gervonta Tank Davis,
right.
you know? I didn't get in the ring like that. That's what a lot of people do. I got in there like he's just another, you know, sparring partner, and the sparring was...
Goes a lot. I mean, Tank can do different things. He can go forward, he can set traps, he can go on the back foot. So, obviously, I know that Tank can go on his back in different ways. You just got to take a different tool.
The boxing world is eagerly anticipating the return of Gervonta Tank Davis to the boxing ring, where he is scheduled to take on Frank Martin in a defense of his WBA lightweight title. It's believed the fight will take place in late spring or early summer on Amazon Prime, headlining a premier boxing champions event on pay-per-view. Now, there's a lot of talk about Tank's return to the boxing ring. However, hardly anyone seems to be focusing on the Ghost, who will be fighting in his first high-profile fight of his career. Martin has never fought any big names before, and although he is considered a great contender for Tank to make his boxing comeback, fans and experts don't pay him much attention. However, Frank Martin cannot be ignored because he's been making some interesting statements lately, which we'll be looking at in this video. We also have some interesting details from Tank's camp, because they too aren't taking this fight lightly. It's been reported that Tank's team is studying Frank Martin thoroughly and is formulating a plan to take him down in the ring. We'll be looking at all the juicy details in this video, so make sure you stick around and watch this one right till the end. Now, many who are looking forward to Tank's boxing comeback do not know who Frank Martin is. So here's a brief update about the boxer. Frank Martin is a name that resonates with promise and potential in the boxing world. He has steadily climbed the ranks to become one of the most talked about fighters in recent times. His journey through the sport has been marked by a series of impressive victories, tactical prowess, and a hunger for greater challenges. Despite not having faced the biggest names in the sport yet, Martin's record and performances inside the ring speak volumes about his capabilities and the bright future that lies ahead. So, although many may consider him a nobody, he shouldn't be underestimated because it takes just one impressive performance to become a staple in the boxing world, and Martin has a great opportunity to do the same. Frank Martin's professional boxing career is a testament to his skill, determination, and ambition. With an undefeated record that showcases his dominance in the ring, Martin has quickly made a name for himself in the lightweight division. His journey from an amateur to a professional boxer is filled with notable victories that highlight his technical skills, power, and adaptability. Each fight has been a stepping stone, propelling him closer to the top of the division and toward the high-profile bouts that every fighter aspires to. When it comes to records, Martin's boxing record is impressive, with a series of wins that have established him as a formidable opponent. He has fought just 18 times in his professional career. However, he has won all 18 of these fights, 12 being knockout victories and 0 losses. This is a great record for a young boxer and just showcases the immense potential he possesses. Martin's ability to dispatch opponents with both precision and power has caught the attention of fans and critics alike. Over the years, Martin's performances have consistently demonstrated his prowess in the ring. One of the key aspects of Martin's career has been his ability to dominate fights, often leading to victories by knockout or unanimous decision. This dominance is a clear indicator of his skill level and his potential to take on more significant challenges. However, despite his success, Martin has yet to face the big names in the lightweight division, a fact that many boxing enthusiasts are eager to see change. In the world of boxing, matchups are as much about timing and opportunity as they are about skill and rankings. Frank Martin has been close to securing fights with some of the division's most prominent names, including Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. These matchups would have provided Martin with the platform to showcase his skills against top-tier opponents and prove his worthiness of a title shot. However, for various reasons, these fights have not materialized, leaving fans to speculate about what could have been. The potential matchups against Stevenson and Davis were highly anticipated by the boxing community. Both Stevenson and Davis are acclaimed fighters with their own impressive records and accolades. A fight against either would not only have been a significant step up for Martin, but also an opportunity to break into the elite circle of the lightweight division. The fact that these fights did not happen is a disappointment to many, but it also keeps the door open for future possibilities. Despite the setbacks in securing fights with the likes of Stevenson and Davis, Frank Martin's career is far from stagnant. The boxing world is dynamic, with new opportunities arising as quickly as others fade away. Martin's focus remains on continuing to win and prove himself in every match, knowing that his time will come. His team is undoubtedly working behind the scenes to secure the big fights, and with Martin's talent and work ethic, it's only a matter of time before he gets his chance to shine on the biggest stages. Now, ahead of their upcoming clash, Frank Martin has made some interesting statements about fighting Tank, which has propelled him to social media stardom. Many are impressed with his confidence and abilities to hype up significant bouts, which has earned him a significant fan base on social media. In one of his interviews, Martin showcased his confidence, implying that he isn't afraid of fighting the big fights. "Sparring is just the tip of the iceberg," Frank Martin told reporters recently, dismissing the casual chatter about their training bouts. "What matters is the fight night when all guns are blazing and the crowd is roaring for blood. That's the pressure cooker scenario where champions are made." He didn't pull his punches when giving his view on Davis. "Gervonta Davis is an exceptional athlete and I have a lot of respect for him. But he's never faced anyone like me. I'm like the ghost in the ring. You don't see me coming until it's too late. Whenever he's ready for some explosive action, I'll be waiting." Martin further emphasized the distinction between sparring and a truly competitive fight. He pointed out, "Sparring is a controlled environment, whereas a real fight involves an array of unforeseen circumstances that a fighter needs to adapt to."
I didn't go in there like, oh, this is Gervonta Tank Davis,
Right.
you know. I didn't get in the ring like that. That's what a lot of people do. I got in there like he's just another, sparring partner, and the sparring was...
This statement by Martin just goes to show how prepared he is for the challenge against Tank Davis, a fighter he sparred with in the past. He also promised fans an explosive fight if he and Tank do fight it out in the ring. In another interview, he shut down claims about him not being a strong contender for Tank. Martin's bold claim, positioning himself as a formidable challenger capable of dethroning Davis, is not just a counter to Davis's verbal jab, but a declaration of his readiness to ascend to the top of the boxing world. His response, brimming with self-assurance, signals a fiery prelude to their anticipated showdown, promising a battle not just of fists but of wills and determination. Martin's assertion of his capabilities and his belief in being able to take out any contender in the division, including Davis, speaks volumes about his mindset. It's a clear indication that he views himself not just as a participant in the division, but as its potential leader. This isn't mere bravado. It's a reflection of Martin's journey, his victories, and the self-belief that has been a cornerstone of his career. By directly addressing Davis's threats, Martin is not only standing his ground, but also challenging the narrative, suggesting that the outcome of their fight is far from a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, so we can go.
What would that fight look like?
It'll be a good fight. It'll be an explosive fight, two fast fighters, two strong, explosive fighters. It'll be a dope, dominant fight, Explosive fight. It'll be an explosive fight.
Having sparred with Tank for the majority of his career, Frank Martin is aware of the risks Tank possesses. Frank has also helped Tank during some of his biggest fights. One of the fights where Martin helped Tank was his clash with Leo Santa Cruz back in 2020. Tank won that fight via knockout. However, Martin's comments about Tank before the fight recently caught everyone's attention. Martin, who sparred with Tank, felt Davis was not the most powerful puncher in the sport. How do we know? Well, we stumbled upon an old clip of Frank Martin's interaction with Fight Hype.
For somebody to say, I got some belts or whatever, but none of us ain't fought the real dogs. Honestly, in the division, ain't none of us went head to head for real. So, who have that?
Ahead of Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz for the WBA super featherweight and lightweight titles, Frank Martin sparred with Tank. After a session with Davis, Martin was interviewed by Fight Hype. While the sparring session was not filmed and made available for public consumption, the reporter regretted that people would not see the amazing session Martin and Davis had. Anyway, speaking about his experience with Gervonta Davis, Martin had said, "It was good work. I held my own, he held his. Good experience. He's sharp. I don't think Leo is going to have the speed or the reflexes. You gotta have some power. You gotta be able to hold your own in there because Tank's a beast. Tank may have won the Leo-Santa Cruz fight. However, Santa Cruz fought toe-to-toe against Davis, throwing and landing more punches than Davis did. However, as CompuBox reported, it was Davis's power and body attack which made the difference, leading Tank to a 6th-round KO win. Anyway, ahead of the bout, Martin was asked if Gervonta Davis was the most powerful puncher he had come across in life, to which Martin answered in negative. "Nah, it's a Mexican boxer I sparred with. His name is Pablo," Martin had said. But Martin had also concluded saying, "He got some power. He can crack. Good timing, Sharp." And as Martin had predicted, Gervonta Davis cracked Santa Cruz with a powerful left uppercut in one of the most entertaining rounds in boxing to win. Now, a clip of Frank Martin ahead of his fight with Tank has gone viral on X.
Talking about whoever hating, bless your soul. Bless your soul, you heard me? Hey, all 24, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing but blessing.
The clip showcases a carefree and relaxed Martin enjoying his time before the fight against Tank officially being announced. The user who posted the clip wrote this in the caption: "Yeah, Tank versus Frank Martin is officially confirmed." The reaction to the post was a mix of praise and criticism of the young fighter. One user wrote, "Debatable about better, but def more dangerous." Another user stated, "This the first time I seen Frank smiling, I'm dead." One user commented, "So he was really scared of Shakur only to fight someone better and more dangerous." Michael Benson also posted a tweet recently which attracted a lot of attention. With Tank confirming that he's returning to the ring to fight Frank Martin, many people DE reacted. One user predicted, "Tank by late stoppage." Another said, "This is better and bigger than Haney versus Garcia." One user proclaimed, "I just want to see him fight anyone at this point." Boxing pros have also been sharing their predictions for this fight. Charles Conwell recently shared his insights on the highly anticipated match between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Frank Martin, offering a nuanced prediction that reflects his deep understanding of the sport and the fighters involved. Conwell, a respected figure in boxing with a keen eye for the dynamics of the ring, anticipates a compelling contest that will showcase the unique attributes of both fighters. According to Conwell, the early rounds of the fight are expected to be competitive, with both Davis and Martin displaying their athleticism and skill. This initial phase will likely see both fighters testing each other's defenses and looking for openings, with Martin's agility and Davis's power setting the tone for an intriguing battle. Conwell's analysis suggests that the first few rounds will be closely contested, highlighting the potential for an explosive encounter between two of the most dynamic athletes in the sport. However, Conwell predicts a shift in momentum as the fight progresses. He believes that Gervonta Davis's exceptional power and unique fighting style will eventually prevail, leading to Davis taking control of the match. Conwell's confidence in Davis's ability to dominate is rooted in his recognition of Davis's different type of power and his status as a different type of fighter. This assessment underscores Conwell's belief that Davis possesses the tools and the tenacity to overcome the challenges posed by Martin's athleticism and skill. The key to victory, according to Conwell, lies in how each fighter adapts to the other's strengths and executes their game plan. For Davis, leveraging his power and finding the right moments to unleash his offensive arsenal will be crucial. For Martin, maintaining his composure and utilizing his speed and agility could provide the edge needed to counteract Davis's attacks. Conwell's prediction reflects the complexity of the matchup, acknowledging the strengths of both fighters while ultimately favoring Davis's power to be the decisive factor. Now, Tank's team is aware of the threat possessed by Martin, which is why Tank and his team are not taking this fight lightly. Tank was recently spotted giving his all in the gym in preparation for this fight. It's been reported that Tank's coaches Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis are thoroughly studying Tank. Kenny Ellis has even laid out a meticulously detailed plan aimed at securing victory against Frank Martin. This strategy, as revealed in a discussion on the intricacies of boxing tactics and fighter analysis, showcases a deep dive into the anatomical and technical aspects of Martin's fighting style, with a particular focus on exploiting physical vulnerabilities. Ellis's plan revolves around a scientific approach to boxing, emphasizing the study of Martin's skull, specifically targeting the zygomatic bone. The zygomatic bone, or cheekbone, is highlighted due to its thinness and the relatively thin layer of muscle covering it, alongside a high maxillary sinus. This anatomical detail is not merely observed, but is pinpointed as a strategic target, suggesting that Davis's camp is preparing for a fight where precision strikes to this area could play a pivotal role in weakening Martin's defenses. The focus on such specific anatomical vulnerabilities indicates a level of preparation that goes beyond general boxing strategies, venturing into the realm of targeted physical exploitation. This approach suggests that Ellis and Davis's team are not just studying Martin's fighting style, but are also considering how his physical attributes could influence the fight's outcome. The mention of the zygomatic bone and maxillary sinus is particularly telling, as injuries to these areas could significantly impact a fighter's ability to continue, potentially leading to a stoppage or at least diminishing their effectiveness in the ring. Phase 1. Up early studying Frank Martin's skull. He has very thin zygomatic bone and a thin muscle layer, wrote Ellis on Instagram. There's very high maxillary sinus. Man, oh man. He's a good kid. With a good team, though, no disrespect. Ellis's strategy is not just about finding a weak spot, but about creating a game plan that leverages Davis's strengths in a way that can exploit this vulnerability. This could involve training Davis to deliver precise, powerful strikes to the targeted area. Or it might mean conditioning him to recognize and capitalize on opportunities to target the zygomatic bone during exchanges. The plan is clearly designed to give Davis a tactical advantage, focusing on a specific outcome that could tilt the fight in his favor. Recently, Blue Blood Sports TV provided an in-depth analysis and perspective on the highly anticipated fight between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Frank Martin, offering insights that delve into the intricacies of this matchup and what it represents for both fighters and the boxing community at large. This analysis not only highlights the skills and potential strategies of the fighters, but also contextualizes the fight within the broader landscape of the boxing world. The discussion begins with an acknowledgement of the unique attributes both fighters bring to the ring. Frank Martin, described as an athletic, fast, and technically proficient boxer, is seen as a formidable opponent for Davis. His speed, footwork, and boxing IQ are highlighted as key factors that could pose significant challenges for Davis. Martin's ability to deliver fast, precise strikes while maintaining defensive agility is noted as a critical aspect of his fighting style that could test Davis's adaptability and tactical approach. Gervonta Davis, on the other hand, is recognized for his explosive power, precision, and ability to close distance quickly. His knack for delivering fight-ending punches from various angles, coupled with his aggressive yet calculated approach, makes him a dangerous opponent for any fighter. The analysis suggests that Davis's power and aggression, balanced with his boxing intelligence, make him a formidable force in the ring. The host further explores the dynamics of the fight, suggesting that the early rounds could be particularly telling. Martin's strategy might involve utilizing his speed and agility to outmaneuver Davis, potentially looking to exploit any openings and accumulate points through precise striking. Conversely, Davis's approach could involve applying pressure to close the distance, seeking to land powerful shots that test Martin's durability and defensive skills. Blue Blood Sports TV also touches on the psychological and strategic aspects of the fight. The importance of adaptability and in-fight adjustments is emphasized, suggesting that the fighter who can better read the opponent and modify their strategy accordingly will have a significant advantage. The discussion acknowledges the high stakes of the fight, with both fighters having a lot to prove. For Martin, it's an opportunity to establish himself as a top contender by defeating a highly regarded champion. For Davis, it's a chance to reaffirm his dominance in the division and silence any doubters. The analysis concludes by reflecting on the potential implications of the fight for the boxing landscape. A victory for Martin could catapult him into the upper echelons of the sport, potentially setting up high-profile matchups in the future. A win for Davis would reinforce his status as one of the sport's elite fighters, possibly paving the way for blockbuster fights down the line. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Frank Martin will win this fight? Let us know in the comments. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell for the latest notifications so that you never miss out on videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.